Hello there, welcome to another video and hope you're having a good time. Today is a Sunday afternoon. I thought I'll review a nice fragrance that I was testing for a couple of days now, and this is Blue from the house of Ahmed Al Magribi. Now we already know that Ahmed Al Magribi makes very good potent fragrances. So when I was scouting this website of a particular seller, and I happened to notice this particular fragrance, and when I looked at the notes, it kind of gave me a hint or a clue that it might be a popular fragrance or a alt of a popular fragrance or built around that line. So I was very curious, and I kind of got this, and I have no regrets getting it because it is simply superb. So on this particular video, we're going to find out more about it. We're going to talk about the scent profile, lasting, and all of that, and most importantly, if this is the right type of alt that you need for a very popular blue fragrance, right? So you're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Let's get going right after this intro. So welcome back. So first of all, let's look at the fragrance. So this, like I said, is Blue from the house of Ahmed Al Magribi, and the box is looking like this. It's got this kind of a gray, light blue, kind of a teal color, and at the sides, it's got this nice artwork. Okay, some kind of a silver pillars and some design. And at the back, it talks about Blue by Ahmed Al Magribi, and at the base, it's got this barcode information. All of that, right? Okay, so there's also a hologram, and this is manufactured in April, okay, of last year. So I'm guessing this should be a really potent juice by now. Okay, so 2023 manufactured. It's a pretty old fragrance, if I can think about it that way. It's a 100 ml or the perform concentration or type of a fragrance, but with a volume percentage of about 36% concentration, which is what you get, right? So when you open up this box, you kind of get this fragrance looking like this, which looks very, very nice. It's a beautiful bottle which has got this green tinge, gradiating across to a blue, dark blue thing with a silver cap. Okay, very nice snug cap, a little on the heavier side. Okay, and the bottle itself looks very nice. Okay, and at the base you have the information about this being ThePerfume, and this is about 64.20 volume. So I'm guessing it's about 36% of concentration. Okay, so that's what it is. So this is Blue by Ahmed. Okay, Ahmed Al Magribi. Now don't get confused with this and the other fragrance that they have called Blue Oud. So okay, that's I think a relatively new fragrance, but this is simply called Blue. Okay, now when I put this on, okay, or I'll tell you what the note profile of this particular fragrance is. So let me do a couple of sprays. Sprayer is very nice, very punchy, and immediately as soon as you put in a couple of sprays, you get a very nice freshness of a citrusy element. Then you get grapefruit, you can get a little bit of that spiciness coming from pink pepper, then you get a little bit of that feeler of ginger, okay, and you get a nice note of that ISOE along with a little bit of that sandalwood, woody notes that you kind of get. And then you will feel a little bit of that vetiver and patchouli. Okay, so these are certain things that you kind of feel, but the most prominent thing that you will feel is a very nice blue kind of a vibe that you get from any of the blue fragrances. And then you get a nice element of grapefruit and citrus element, a little bit of spiciness, and that is very, very nice, very refreshing. And this fragrance packs is very loud. It kind of packs a punch in most cases, like I say, where you can really feel this fragrance is about at least 3-4 feet in projection, very loud. Okay, now if you do a full wearing like I did a couple of times of at least about 10 to 12 sprays, it will project for a very long time, and the projection is there for about an hour plus at least. Okay, so it's pretty loud that way in terms of its projection. Then as the time goes, it starts graduating into a little linear, and then you will start feeling that the woody notes come up a little bit, and you will feel that creaminess of that sandalwood vibe that you keep getting, and that continues for a long time. And then eventually it gets into a little more powdery, a woody element towards the a last part of the base notes kind of a thing, which will last for at least about 6 to 7 hours. Okay, now that was on my skin. Now on my apparel, I was able to get at least about 9 hours of on the apparel. Even after 9 hours, you could kind of whiff the clothes, and you will still be able to smell. And this was something that I thought was phenomenal, because this fragrance is really, really good when it comes to projection, lasting, and that beautiful scent profile that you want in a blue fragrance. Okay, now I got this from a seller called as Al Aban Perfumes, which is basically managed by a person called as Wasif. So I was able to get this for a very good price, and I will tell you that this is really nice for the value for money that you kind of get, because this is about 1850 rupees for the 100 ml. And by the end of the video, I will also give you a discount code or a promo code from where you can buy this, and you will get a slight discount on this particular fragrance. Right now, having said the scent profile of this particular fragrance, having said that it's a citrusy fragrance, it's got a little bit of spiciness, it's got a little bit of that sandalwood element, it's got a little bit of that vetiver element, and that blue scent profile, you will immediately recognize that this is a very popular fragrance of or it's trying to replicate a very popular fragrance. And you're absolutely right. The fragrance that it is trying to take up is basically one of my favorite fragrances, called as Bleu De Chanel Parfum edition. Okay, now why I talk about the Parfum edition on this particular one is, if you go to the website of Ahmed Al Magribi, or if you look at the notes of this particular fragrance, this talks about the incense note also. Now, in the EDT version, there is the incense note in Bleu De Chanel, whereas in the Parfum edition, the incense note is not mentioned. Okay. However, because this comes with a 36% concentration, what happens is the EDTs are generally about 15%, so this is doubling that particular volume. Though there is no incense note on the Parfum edition, I feel this particular fragrance captures the entire essence of the Parfum edition completely. Okay. Now, the only part where I felt there is a little bit of a difference between the two is, in the OG, the sandalwood note is very creamy and it's a very dominant note. Plus, it's a very it's a note that you can easily recognize very much. Whereas in this, the sandalwood note is not that very pronounced. Although in the air, after about 15-20 minutes time, both of them will smell similar. But however, I would say that the sandalwood note is slightly lower here, and so this is a little more dominant that way, right? So that is the only difference. Aside to that, the whole fragrance scent profile smells absolutely same. So if you've been wanting to try, or if you've been looking to get a nice alternative of the Bleu De Chanel Parfum edition, and if you've been wanting a Middle Eastern house to get that for you, I think Bleu by Ahmed Al Magribi is the answer, because this is simply superb. I mean, I have tried quite a few Ahmed Al Magribi fragrances. In fact, I have 4 or 5 samples behind me which I'm yet to try, and I've never been disappointed by this house, because the quality and the value for money that they bring is superb. Now, the only difference is they are very high on concentration, and that means they are loud in projection and lasting long, whereas some people might want to have softer fragrances generally. So if you're looking for softer fragrances, probably Ahmed Al Magribi might not be the answer. But somebody who wants long lasting perfumes, somebody who wants extremely good value for money for fragrances, then Ahmed Al Magribi serves absolutely that type of customers. And this is beautiful in that way, the way they've been able to get this particular fragrance DNA. Okay, so though, like I said, on the website it talks about the EDT notes minus the incense notes mostly. If you look at it, or if you smell this particular fragrance, you don't get that incense note so heavy, but you lean more towards the sandalwood, the woody element of the Bleu De Chanel heart, and that's something that you will absolutely enjoy in this particular fragrance, making it a very, very beautiful citrusy summer fragrance. Absolutely a banger for anybody who wants to buy. Now, in case you're looking to buy this particular fragrance, you can go to the website of alaban.com and you can buy it from there. The price is about 1850, but you can use a coupon code called as Rodney and you will get 50 rupees off. That's one way to do this particular transaction. Or I will put up my WhatsApp number in the description and you can place your order through me directly. Most likely this will be out of stock by the time you're seeing this video, because this is quite in demand and you will be able to get this particular fragrance about after 15 days or so, 10 to 15 days. So in case you would want to place an order for this, you can definitely get in touch with me and I can help you with getting this beautiful fragrance from the house of Ahmed Al Magribi for about 1800 rupees for an entire 100 ml. Okay, now this is primarily up until this part, it's primarily for my viewers who are able to access Middle Eastern fragrances and who like Ahmed Al Magribi and all of that. You can definitely consider this. For my Indian subscribers, I do have an alternate option as well that I would like to recommend. Just a moment here. So the alternate that I would like to recommend is from the house of Muzna Fragrances. So I was looking for this, and they were the only ones in India who seem to have an alternate of the Bleu De Chanel Parfum edition. Now, when you consider this is exactly like Ahmed Al Magribi's Blue, very similar in most of the scent profile, probably a little lighter in the opening. That's what I kind of felt, but that's still okay, because Muzna fragrances over a period of time, when they have macerated well, they do really well. So you can get in touch with Muzna fragrances for the pricing of the 50 ml and the 100 mls too, and in case you're looking for it, because I'm guessing this should be about 1000 or 1100 rupees, around that figure for 50 ml, and maybe 100 ml about 1800 or so. But either way, I'll put a Muzna's number in case you're looking for a good alternate of the Bleu De Chanel Parfum. Okay, so that was what I felt about this lovely fragrance. It's truly a value for money in terms of how nice this particular smells, especially for office wear, summer wear, daytime casual wear, gym wear. You can definitely get this beautiful fragrance. Very nice citrusy element, light spicy element, a beautiful sandalwood note, woody vibes, and a little bit of that patchouli and the earthy vibes, making it a fantastic fragrance for all year round. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe and share, and get in touch with me in case you need to know about any other fragrances that you would want some help with. All right, so until another time, you're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Bye for now.